is up, Future Millionaires? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going over how you are going to start your Airbnb in 2023, okay? This is your year. If you hesitated last year, you weren't sure, you're like, I don't want to start, let all that go. Stop that right now. This is your year to make it happen. In this video, I'm going to walk you through some really key ways that you are going to start it this year. All right. Now, what I want you guys to understand is this: Airbnb is super beginner friendly. So if you're watching this and you're like, I haven't run a business before, how am I going to get started? I don't know anything about real estate. Airbnb is perfect to start with as a new business owner. It's a great way to generate passive income. It's a great way to get an introduction into the world of real estate so that you can decide, hey, I might want to keep going with this. I want to get property. I want to, expand this empire. Amazing. So go ahead and comment part 2 down below, because I'm sure we're going to need a part 2. And if y'all already know that you are ready for the vibes, comment part 2 so I can get that on the way. All right? Grab a notebook, grab a pen, and let's get into these gems.
Ellie talks money to create the better days. Business, money, life, the Ellie way.
All right, y'all, welcome back into the video. So let's dive into how you are going to start your Airbnb in 2023, and make sure that you tap into the last tip, because it is definitely a game changer. Okay, so you cannot leave this video till you make sure you consume all of it, so you got the best strategies, period. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is you need to decide on a property. So let me break this down for you. If you are currently at, an apartment, or you live in a home where you have an extra bedroom, you have an extra space, you can go ahead and start listing that on Airbnb. And this is going to give you an opportunity to test the waters and see if you like this framework of, checking someone in, checking someone out, flipping the, apartment essentially after someone leaves, cleaning it, changing the sheets, right? Getting your feel into this world and start to generate additional income, right? If you have a 2-bedroom apartment and you decide to Airbnb the other bedroom, what you make in a month could very well cover your rent, okay? We love that. Now, on the other side of this, if you want to go out and actually secure a lease, rent an apartment, or rent a home, and then put that on Airbnb, here's how you need to do that, okay? I always recommend and teach you guys to start this in your business name. Airbnb is a real business. I don't want you to go out there and secure leases and apartments in your personal name, because that, exposes you to too much liability. If someone comes into your Airbnb and they fall down and, you need to file a claim, or they get hurt, now you're personally responsible, which could really be a lot. You always want to make sure that you do this as a business. So you're going to form an LLC, and you are going to form this under short-term rentals. And now when you are going to sign leases and you are working with landlords and property management companies and letting them know that you want to secure this apartment so that you can put it on Airbnb to provide a space for your clients, right? Content creators, families, CEOs, traveling nurses, and etc. You're letting them know that you're doing this as a business. That's going to increase their trust in you, and it's also going to protect you from unnecessary liability. So then you're going to be able to get insurance. You're going to be able to insure the property that you also have inside the unit, and now you're able to scale a lot faster, okay? So in my Airbnb masterclass, which I have through my online academy, Elevated Academy, I actually give you guys scripts that you should use to contact landlords, to contact property managers, and to open up this conversation of, hey, I have a short-term rental business. I want to leverage the space that you have to provide a beautiful short-term housing solution for these clients, okay, this particular niche. And this is a really great way to build trust with that person you're building a relationship with. And so those scripts are super, super helpful. So I'm going to link that down below so that you can enroll. All right. The next thing that you need to do in order to start your Airbnb in 2023 is you absolutely need to make sure that you are checking the right markets. So you're going to use this site called airdna.com, okay? airdna.com. And on airdna.com, that is how you are going to essentially look at the marketplace. So if we think about a city like Chicago, Illinois, okay? You're going to plug in Chicago, Illinois to AirDNA, and it's going to show you how many Airbnb rentals there are, what is the average daily rental value, what is the average revenue that people are making in Chicago on Airbnbs, and they're going to tell you what is the average size of the apartment. So maybe there's a high percentage of 1 bedrooms. That leaves opportunity for you to offer some 2 bedrooms in the market, and etc. This is going to make sure that you don't go and start an Airbnb in your city, which may not be a popular city, and instead you look for where is a great location. Because here's something I want you to understand with Airbnb, and this is what I teach you guys in my class. You can start one anywhere. I don't want you to think that you're limited to the city that you live in terms of where you can go and create this additional income stream. I live in Los Angeles, California, and I have Airbnbs in Houston, Texas, and Airbnbs out of the country in West Africa. You can do this anywhere. So that is a really key strategy to be able to look at and say, all right, I live in, Alabama, right? But maybe I might want to have an Airbnb in Santa Monica, California, or in Miami, Florida. And so it's going to give you the opportunity to look at what are some of the hot spots around the US and go from there. So as I shared with you all, this video is sponsored by Ethos, and I am so excited to show you and explain to you how easy and simple it is to get covered with their platform. So let's set the stage. I need you guys to understand that if you are out here building your business, you're working, you're the breadwinner of your family, it is so important for you to protect your income, and that is what life insurance is going to do for you. Because let's face it, if something happens to you, untimely before your time, you need to ensure that your loved ones, your family, your friends are able to pick up where you left off, and that is what life insurance is going to do. It's going to protect your peak earning period so that you can ensure you're not leaving a financial burden. And that's why I love how easy Ethos makes it to literally get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and you could be covered in the same day. I know a lot of the time people think life insurance is a long, complicated process. You've got to do blood tests and all these things, but with Ethos, you're just going to answer a few simple health questions, and again, you could literally be covered in the same day. And I know, being that you're busy, you've got kids, you're working, you're doing all these things, getting your time back and being able to be protected is so important. So I actually want to show you guys literally how easy this is so that you do not hesitate and you go and get this quote today. So you're going to select your gender, your age, you're going to go ahead and put in your zip code, couple key quick questions, and then boom, you are able to customize your quote amount, which I love. So if you want to pay a certain amount per month, if you want to have a certain amount of coverage, you can make it completely adjustable to what makes sense for you and what makes sense for your family. Boom, now you've got your quote, and once you've taken that step, you're going to go ahead and answer a simple, few health questions, and from there you could be covered within the same day. The longer you wait to get insurance, your prices could be going up 8 to 10% every single year. And that's hustling backwards. You do not want to be working hard to make your money just to end up having to pay more simply because you didn't take action right when you saw this video right now. So I have Ethos linked down below. I want you guys to go ahead and click that link, get your quote right now, and go ahead and get yourself some coverage. All right, let's get protected. Okay, now speaking of looking in different locations, the third thing you're going to need to do to start your Airbnb in 2023 is you need to make sure you're up to date on local laws and regulations about Airbnb, okay? Last year in 2022, a lot of cities like Atlanta, even some areas in Dallas, kind of cracked down on Airbnb and put in different limitations and regulations as to how people can start and open Airbnbs in that city. So here's a pro tip that you can do in order to get this information quickly is go on Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, and you're going to hire a research assistant. You can also specifically look up a short-term rental research assistant. You're going to pay this person $10, $20 an hour, and their job is going to be to look at the different cities that have different regulations and compile a list for you so that you can see what the regulations and requirements are in each of the cities you're interested in. And now you've kind of sped up the process of doing that research and reduced some stress. Like I don't always like to research. It's a lot for me. So I'm always looking for a way to delegate that task. Delegation is a huge business tip, okay? So this is another way that you can quickly get that information so that you can also quickly make a decision on where you are going to go and start that Airbnb. Now, I told you guys that I do this in other cities and out of the country. So in my Airbnb masterclass, I have an entire international masterclass within that bundle, showing you how you can run these same plays out of the country, right? If you can make money here, you can also make money anywhere else. And Airbnb is definitely a great way that you can expand your business and have multiple income streams coming from multiple places. So it is really, truly scalable, okay? Now, the fourth thing that I want to share with you guys in terms of what you need to do to get started on your Airbnb this year is I want you to look up furniture liquidation centers, okay? So we want to be looking up kind of liquidation centers, places that are, it starts with an O, you know, where everything is on sale. You know what I'm talking about. Everything is on sale in those spaces and it's a lot cheaper than going into the store. You want to find some of those, okay? Now the reason for this is when it comes to furnishing your Airbnb, that could be the highest cost, but if you plan in advance and you find some of these liquidation centers, you find outlets, that's the word, outlets, furniture outlets where you can get a much reduced price on key things like sofas, beds, etc., that's significantly going to reduce your costs of getting your Airbnb up and running. So that's a great thing you can do. Pro tip, you can search up Target liquidation centers, you can search out Overstock liquidation centers or outlets, and you'll be able to get things for sometimes 40 to 50% off the regular retail price. All right, so I want you guys to comment below, what questions do you have on Airbnb, and as well comment part 2, because there's more game to give. And if you are really serious about making this a part of your income streams in 2023 and leveraging Airbnb to really make more money and change your life, make sure that you click down below and enroll in the Airbnb Masterclass through my academy, okay? I have thousands of students who have successfully started their Airbnbs and are making 5 figures a month with Airbnb using this course, all right? Do not hesitate. Come over to the Academy family and let's get this money. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.